Snowy Salt Lake City and match 3 of a triple header on ESPN3 from the Triple Crown Volleyball NIT. The flakes fall and the trophies are distributed inside the Salt Palace Convention Center. Over 400 teams, about the same number of college coaches, in a massive gathering of top volleyball talent. The 18th championship, Munciana Samurai from Indiana and Legacy Volleyball Club of Michigan have reached the final spot in the 18 elite bracket. Thad Anderson with Angela Knopf. Angela, a two-time first-team All-American at Colorado State University, as a middle blocker in your playing day. Angela, good to have you with us.
Thank you.
And we've seen 2 matches before this.
Yes.
Arizona Storm winning in the 14s.
Yep.
And we move along into the 16s. It's OTVA winning there. And now the top talent, A6 Munciana, the Samurai, and Legacy Volleyball Club. This will be a showcase of top talent at the Triple Crown Volleyball NIT. Gear everywhere. Now it's your turn
Yes,
to talk.
I did it. This is the ultimate game. This is the best team in this convention center. They're 18s, the highest level. Most of all these girls are going to great colleges next year, and we might see a few in the Final Four, so pay attention closely.
A6 Munciana Samurai, they've been in our championship matches before at this event. They are top talent in the semifinals earlier today, defeated Aspire. That is the path they took, you see on your screen, to get to this championship match. And after the win over Aspire, it was a 2-0 sweep for A6 Munciana, but it was a battle, said Coach Mike Lingenfelter. What's the profile of Munciana? What to expect in this championship?
The word Coach Mike uses is grit, that these kids fight, they have grit, they're tough, and they get after it. And I think we're going to see that today as well.
Well, and it represented again, this is the second time we've seen Legacy Volleyball Club from Michigan in our championship tilt. Their wins look like that, including a win over Idaho Crush. I know that's a squad, the Crush, that you've spent a little time with.
I have.
Doing some clinic work. Fantastic group out of Idaho. Had a great run in the semifinals, but Legacy of Michigan takes them out. For Legacy out of Michigan, as they match up with A6 Munciana, what's the profile of Legacy?
They are a balanced team, and he talks about them competing as a team together, and he just really enjoys the way they play for each other.
Coach Rick Cottrell heads up the effort for Legacy on their 8 teams. We get the big time, the Titanic showdown now, the 18 Elite Championship. A6 Munciana Samurai and Legacy Volleyball Club from Salt Palace Convention Center next.
Craftsmanship that honors your passion, hard work, and talent in every way. You can feel it in every panel, every element, every cut. Handmade for this very moment. For all that you put into the game, you should expect nothing less than perfection.
The 2018 Triple Crown Volleyball NIT brought to you by Triple Crown Sports. Get in the game at triplecrownsports.com. By Baden Sports. It's all about perfection, the official volleyball of the Triple Crown Volleyball NIT. And by pretvolleyball.com, your #1 destination for club, high school, and college volleyball news. pretvolleyball.com. A6 Munciana, the Samurai, directed by Mike Lingenfelter. He head coaches the 18s. Mike Lingenfelter, well known across the landscape of the club volleyball scene, and put together and continued quite a program at Munciana. Rick Cottrell building a dynasty, Legacy, top talent. He's got 3 teams here at the Triple Crown Volleyball NIT, does Coach Cottrell. He coaches the 18s, and his wife coaches the 16s. They kind of split duty on the 17s. She's here on the bench today, too. Rick Cottrell heads up the effort for Legacy. First point of the 18s championship match goes to Munciana. The Samurai have point 1, and they have Aaliyah Wells at the serve line. There's Aaliyah. Puts it in play. Legacy's offense denied. Sent back on the swing try from Chandler Duff. That is rejected, and A6 big at the net.
Great block by Munciana. They are coming in well prepared, knowing that offense. Coach Rick said that they're only a few miles from each other. They play each other very often, so these two teams know each other well.
Good reach on that block by Johnny Parker. Now Legacy finds the seam, and they'll take the point. The Legacy on the kill by Thomas as she heads to the sideline. Soleil Thomas had the kill, the first point for Legacy. I asked Mike Lingenfelter, these particular two teams, he said they've played one time so far. They played in Cleveland since these teams became rosters for the 18 season, and Munciana got the win, but he said it was a battle, and this is going to be another one today. So they have one matchup of these two rosters in Cleveland earlier in the season. But you're right, the programs see each other a lot. They have kind of a super league that they play around the Great Lakes Midwest area where these teams will travel to one another too and get some matches in. That ball gets to the floor short. Munciana with Michael Ivy on
and
the touch.
Keep your eye on the middles for Munciana. In transition, they use the middles quite a bit and they are very effective. So in transition, watch the middles, he said a lot.
Slide for Chandler Duff. Munciana answers it. Big dig back over from Maria Mallon, and Munciana battles the point.
That's the difference maker. Munciana is so effective, again, going to their middles in transition, in those long rallies, and those great digs. Again, going to the middle, they're going to find a lot of success.
Megan Miller serves for Munciana. Megan can't get underneath that swing, and Legacy gets back within one. Abby Malinowski serving.
Her favorite
Committed to
hobby
play at
is
Michigan.
watching Netflix.
Nice snowy day in Salt Lake to do that.
Sounds
Either
really good.
play a championship or they're watching Netflix. Roof coming up, and the Legacy, is it their 7 teams over there? They got a nice crowd base behind their serve line here. Legacy gets a roof call from their club mates, cheering them on in the championship. Chandler Duff was in the middle of that action.
Great dig.
Dig by Hannah Grant for Legacy, and Grant's dig turns into offense for Legacy.
Hannah Grant, that was a tough ball that she just dug down the line, set up for that incredible kill. Number 5 puts the ball away, Maria Mallon. She is fiery and she is so competitive and fun to watch.
I'm going to take credit for anything Mallon does today because there's a block that's going to get out of bounds. Mallon was there on the block. I gave her a Snickers bar a minute ago.
You did not.
I was off going to get some food between matches, and I said, "Can I get you anything?" She said, "A Snickers." Sure, why not?
If
There's
she
Mallon's hands
has
going
the
out.
career of her life, you might have to go on tour for the rest of the season with them as her personal Snickers
Might be required to
distributor.
follow her through her path. Here she goes on the swing. Mallon, that's wide and out, and Samurai take a couple of consecutive points to get back in the lead.
Let's take one more look at it. It was a really good shot, and it actually just missed the line just by a little bit.
That serve goes into the net for Munciana, so Legacy gets a free point, ties it back up. Talking about the talent here, there's Chandler Duff. Maria Mallon, who we were just talking about a moment ago, wearing number 5, she's committed to Cincinnati for her collegiate volleyball. That's a good angle coming down. Can't get underneath that for a dig try coming from the Samurai.
Great offensive choice, mixing up the offense. Brought in Mallory Hernandez in for that too, to be able to put that ball away.
Kylie Murr serving. Murr puts it across. Mallon, roll shot. Outside, big windup and swing from Mallory Hernandez, and she got a touch.
2 for 2, Mallory goes 2 for 2. She got that last one, including this one, which is a great shot off the top of the block. These blockers are tall and athletic, so you have to be able to use that block to find your way around it.
3rd assist for Melanie Schaffmaster. Surprise, the dump coming over and a kill at the net. Give that to Celia Cullen.
We talk about that dump as a power dump. If you saw how high she elevated and used just her wrist, that was quite a great dump from an athletic setter.
A couple of assists and now a kill for Celia Cullen, who serves. Yeah, we had some timing issues there, and it's a double contact. Munciana had trouble with that ball. So Colin's going to serve again. And we're tied at 8-8. Best of 3. Rally to 25 in the first 2 sets, and if we play a third set, that's a rally to 15. Little whistle, and this one is going to Munciana. We've got is that a rotation issue? I think we had an alignment issue for Legacy. Gave a free point, 9-8. There's the kill from Maria Mallon.
From the Snickers, the spark plug, Snickers girl. So Coach always talks about number 5 as being the spark plug, and she shows why. Look at that celebration after that kill. Keeps her team fired up, engaged, competitive match.
Mallon received by Kylie Murr. Off speed for Munciana from Megan Miller. Another chance for the Samurai in the middle. Coming in hot was Aaliyah Wells.
This time they go to the middle again, but this time it's Aaliyah Wells. She takes a 1-foot approach off for the 1, but here in transition, a great dig. Able to get that 1-foot approach for the 1. Only a single block, easy kill.
Big swing for Soleil Thomas. Tough angle, nice over from Megan Miller. Leaves Legacy in the driver's seat though, and soft work from Abby Malinowski for a Legacy point.
I actually really like that choice that she made. She could tell that Muncie was actually scrambling, trying to get that ball back in place, so they weren't set defensively. So that nice roll shot over the block was wide open.
Abby Malinowski headed to Michigan for her college volleyball. And Malinowski is at the net with Chandler Duff, and Legacy catching some momentum. She's a twin, Abby. Twin brother, Tony. I like Malinowski's favorite memory in volleyball, her teammate Chandler Duff tripping over her own feet in the middle of a game. It's funny, the stuff you remember, you know?
I know. We don't remember
these big
scores,
moments,
but we remember that kind of stuff. Absolutely.
That really talented kid who always looked so graceful and athletic, tripping over herself.
Shoes,
that was
yes.
just funny.
I saw a girl leave her shoes and play with a sock on once, and it was comical, but they ended up winning the point, so it was great.
Thing you never forget.
Yep.
Big approach coming in and hammering through that block. Soleil Thomas and Legacy has a little momentum running. Their server will be Maddie Appleton, wearing number 6, Appleton. Soleil Thomas heading to Clemson for college.
Nice dig.
Tough dig from the server, Maddie Appleton. Gonna go again. Appleton kept it up.
Again.
Mallon dug nicely by Bella Rosenthal, and Munciana forges a point. What a great point.
What a great defensive effort there by Legacy.
Yeah, I want you to talk about our server a little bit. Megan Miller, she's dynamic.
Oh, she's such a fun situation here. She was a libero. Last year we had the championship match. She played here as a libero, heading to Nebraska. He needed another outside this year. She stepped into that role, being a libero as an outside, which we call the O2 position. She's doing a phenomenal job. Really, really fun to watch.
Legacy server Abby Malinowski, received by the person that Angela was just talking about, Megan Miller. Miller out of Alexandria, Indiana. Middle set for Chandler Duff. Duff now jousts. Heavy net traffic, and that got away from the Samurai. Melanie Schaffmaster trying to salvage something. It was 4 touches.
That's a tough ball for Melanie to play with. That tight to the net when she's a back row setter. She's unable to hit that. Anything in front of the 10-foot line would be a violation. So she did the best that she could, but that was quite difficult.
Service ace in from Abby Malinowski. She's had a heck of a first set,
Absolutely.
and that ace forces a timeout from Munciana. Hey, volleyballmag.com, your daily digital news source for all things volleyball. Volleyballmag.com offers extensive coverage of NCAA women and men, juniors, girls, and boys, USA national teams, and beach competition. Everything from the AVP to the FIVB to the NCAA. Visit volleyballmag.com. Abby Malinowski, who cranked out an ace a moment ago. She's filling the stat sheet. She's got a couple of kills, 1 assist, 1 dig, 1 block, 1 ace. She's already registered something in every stat line as you look at our majestic Salt Palace Convention Center gathering of volleyball. Malinowski, who is serving. Look at all those volleyballs flying around. The biggest thing, if you haven't been to one of these before, is all the whistles. Yes. The whistle noises nonstop.
And wear a helmet, because balls fly at you all the time when you're walking around. It's
central.
Really good for reaction time training. If you ever have a sport, you need reaction time.
How about Abby Malinowski? She's having a nice first set as she serves.
Absolutely. Been a big impact player so far early in the match.
Samurai answer out of the timeout. It's a Hall of Fame timeout for Mike Lingenfelter. He gets his point. And it's Megan Miller heading to Nebraska to play volleyball. Can you imagine sitting on the front end of that opportunity as a young player?
Defending
getting to play
champions.
in places like this, and all this great youth club memory you've had, and knowing that your future is there in Lincoln.
And she's going to enter a program that just won the national championship is pretty exciting.
At the net, it's Celia Cullen who attacks from the center position.
Having a setter that's so offensively minded, just like Celia Cullen, is such a great thing to have on your team. She keeps those blockers honest now from that.
Second kill for Cullen on that replay. Here comes something hot from Melanie Schaffmaster, listed as a setter. She sets, she hits.
And she's only a sophomore, heading to University of Minnesota, which is an incredible program. She's only a sophomore playing in the championship for the second year in a row. She's going to be a huge factor in this game.
Well, we're getting answers back and forth now. Legacy has a 3-point lead. They do a nice job of answering the Schaffmaster kill. Here's Celia Cullen. She's got a couple of kills, the setter. She's had an immediate impact on this championship match. Yeah, Melanie Schaffmaster, a 2020 grad. That serve is out. Schaffmaster, as you said, she was, as a freshman last year, was in the 18s championship match.
And
so she's got a little background in this particular environment. Server for Munciana is Pella Rosenthal. She's heading to Auburn University.
Soleil Thomas, I wish you guys had the viewpoint that I do. The air that young woman gets, she is a high flyer. Great vision, was able to find that corner in area 1. Wonderful hit.
That's number 2 for Legacy. Keep an eye on her here. She's going to go up to block. She gets her hands all over that. Soleil Thomas is pumped up. And there's another timeout from Munciana. Soleil Thomas going to work.
Great anticipation by Legacy, getting both blockers nicely formed to be able to stop the outside hitter.
Timeout with Legacy leading in set 1, 19-15 over Munciana. Baden Sports proud to be the official volleyball of the 2018 Triple Crown Volleyball NIT. For nearly 40 years, Baden Volleyballs have set the standard for quality and craftsmanship, delivering world-class game balls to clubs, colleges, and conferences across the country. Baden, it's all about perfection. Munciana program, a cradle of coaches located in Muncie, Indiana. Ball State, of course, great collegiate volleyball happens there. The men's program is fantastic. And that program, Munciana, has just done some phenomenal things. And they bring their squad into a scenic Salt Lake City.
That's beautiful.
That was obviously taken before the snow came in today.
We are covered in snow.
So if you're thinking skiing up around the Park City area, come on out. It's looking great up in the hills after the storm.
I saw some girls last night who've never seen snow before they go out, and they're catching snowflakes on their tongue. They've never been able to do that, and they were just as giddy and as happy as can be. It's so fun to have that experience watching them.
My niece from Florida was visiting a couple months ago, and she had a friend who wanted to bring some snow back to her in Florida. And she's trying to put it in her pocket or
put it in a Ziploc bag.
Yeah, it wasn't working out. It's water. Water all looks the same.
Yes, I know.
It's not salty.
It's a good science lesson. It's a very good science lesson brought to you by Thad Anderson.
Only snow for a little while. Legacy pushes to their 20th point, and they have their libero serving Hannah Grant. Mallon with a sweet dig. And then a nice pop-up off the block. It looked like Legacy got out of sync. They played some great defense and then couldn't convert on their chance. Let's take a look. Cool time lapse, right? Yesterday, you saw the aerial. Today, wow.
We walked in that today.
Winter coming in.
Yes.
It was a good way to wake up.
It was. It did definitely woke you up when you're walking in
That track system right there, by the way, that public transit, the train you see going by, that was all part of the Olympic buildup when Salt Lake and Park City hosted the Olympics a handful of years back. And that tracks, public transit system, just fantastic. We got to the airport yesterday, jumped right on that from the terminal, came right here to the convention center, dropped us off for $2.50 each.
Salt Lake's
nice
a great town.
Yeah, and it's our last chance at this event to enjoy this location. Next year, Kansas City will be the spot for the Triple Crown Volleyball NIT at the Kansas City Convention Center. There's the dynamic Soleil Thomas, who you were just talking about. She went scrambling over to the official score table, trying to salvage that last ball that gave Munciana their 17th point. Trying to fend off an attack, can't do it. Shaftmaster can't get underneath. The big swing from Abby Malinowski.
That's a great set from our setter today. She got her one-on-one, and then there was not a block to stop that when she's hitting that well. So great job by Abby Malinowski.
8 assists for Celia Cullen.
Wow.
Big dig, noisy dig from Hannah Grant. Dug on the other side by Bella Rosenthal. The Legacy feeling good now, 22-17, set 1 in their sights.
There's nothing better than when a header unloads a ball that hard and you lift that ball off the ground like that. That's the best feeling, and well done by Hannah Grant.
Hannah Grant now 4 digs, and there's the block with Chandler Duff right in the middle of things, and this one's getting away from Munciana as Legacy is up by 6.
And that's what great defense does. It forces hitters to change their swing and their shots, and so she tried to do something else. The block was ready for it that time. That's what great defense can change a match.
Dunk comes across. Good finish by Johnny Parker.
Johnny Parker is a really fun player to watch. She's actually deaf and has made a huge impact on her team. She wears a hearing aid, and you cannot tell that woman. She is unreal. She's heading to Penn State, and if you just saw that dunk that she did and how well she elevated, she is going to be one to watch for the next 4 years. I am keeping her name written down and can't wait to follow her career.
Johnny Parker from Cartown, Ohio, wears hearing aids, says she can dribble with her knees, by the way.
That's a talent.
Set point is done. Legacy 25-18 in the first set. The Michigan-based Legacy Volleyball Club has the first set, and they're 1 set away from the 18 Elite Championship at the Triple Crown Volleyball NIT. Munciana loses by 7 in set 1, and they're facing an uphill climb to try to get the championship in Salt Lake. Back with set 2 on ESPN3 after a stop. Legacy up 1-0.
Bringing Sean in?
Yep.
Okay.
We've got Sean Hardy joining us. Promo 3, right? Okay, thank you.
How many years ago was Virginia Beach? Virginia?
6 years ago.
Richmond, it was Richmond, Angela.
Yeah.
Is this your fourth year here? So 1 year there and 4 here?
Yeah.
Okay.
436?
436.
What's your like when you say college coach numbers, over 400 or what?
Over 400.
Mike's got his work cut out.
Yeah. He beat him. He beat him in
Cleveland, he said.
Yeah, Cleveland.
What's
Wait,
Rick's?
Muncie won or they won?
What's Rick's flight time?
Yeah, I already asked him. he said that
talked
earlier.
to me. He
Yeah.
said, don't worry, we're flying out tomorrow morning. I was
Right.
like, oh, okay.
He learned. One set played, Legacy up on Munciana, 25-18, the set 1 score. Triple Crown Sports proud to produce the Triple Crown Volleyball NIT. Whatever your game, softball, basketball, baseball, lacrosse, or volleyball, treat your team right. Destination location, signature memories, professional staff. Get in the game at triplecrownsports.com. Thad Anderson, Angela Knopf, joined by the director of Triple Crown Volleyball, Sean Hardy. He's got the red shirt. If you can't pick him out, he's the one in the red shirt right here. He's the father of this. Go ahead, hold your baby. It all started from just a small ball in Richmond, Virginia 5 years ago. 4 teams, including Mike Lingenfelter's Munciana team, were there. Grown to 436 teams this year. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's been great.
How's it going this year?
Good, awesome. Like I said, with the growth and and the weather outside right now, everybody's warm. Like I've been in other sports with baseball and stuff. It's like, oh, we got a rain delay or something like that. So it's very awesome to have an indoor event like this.
I was telling Angela that last year. You and I worked together for a long time in baseball, and saying it's so nice to have a controlled environment. Look at the event details here. 436 teams it turned out. Washington to Florida, Hawaii to Carolinas, 14 to 18-year-old play. College coaches. By the way, we had Dave Rubio from Arizona on earlier today. We had Tom Hilbert on earlier today. They both commented on the hospitality, the treatment of the coaches, which of course, you know, hey, everybody gets it, right? Feed me a little bit, treat me right. That's going to change my opinion about your event. But they did really appreciate and want to make note of what Triple Crown has done to help make the coaches feel so valued and important in this process. And I know you started building this by getting input from club coaches and college coaches. Yeah,
totally. And that's one thing we've really done is said, okay, if we want to run an elite tournament and have all these coaches here, what do we have to really do to take care of them and make sure it really feels special for them? So it's combined of the players, the teams, and the colleges here.
And water and chips.
And waters and chips, right? That's right. It doesn't take a whole lot, but just a little bit.
Yeah, what's the kind of excitement that you see growing year by year? I mean, we started with just a few teams, and now we're, 436 teams. What has it been for you to see the progression of the teams grow each year?
It's been awesome, and majority of that has come from the teams themselves continuing on to tell each other about it and be like, oh, I went to that Triple Crown tournament. That's probably the most rewarding thing for me, is to have it come from the teams that have come here and from the colleges that have come here. So I'm really thankful for that.
Melanie Schaffmaster served to start set number 2, and she hit the net with that. Service error starts off in set 2 as Legacy tries to claim a championship. Bella Rosenthal serving. That's unstoppable. Big swing for Munciana from Aaliyah Wells. Power on the right side.
You're going to definitely see a reaction from Munciana after that game 1. They do not like losing, and they are going to come at it with everything they have. Like Coach said, they are gritty, they fight, and they will keep fighting until the end.
Well, the middle section of the country, the Great Lakes, the Midwest, all represented right here with Michigan and Indiana. And that's, what's kind of cool, Sean, about, we saw the 14s championship. That had Arizona and California. And the 16s had Florida and California. Now we have Michigan and Indiana. Just great geographic representation.
Yes, we've been able to really, in a central location here, draw the West Coast here and then the Midwest here to battle each other. And they don't normally see each other very often, so that's another unique part of this event, is let them play each other in a different environment.
Let's see here if we got any hand contact. Don't see anything obvious in that shot.
We don't necessarily have the college instant replay that lasts 15 minutes to watch, but we just have our own well-trained eyes.
Munciana trying to get the serve back, and they will with a hammer by Johnny Parker, the Penn State commit. Gets the kill, and now the server heading back to the line is dynamic Nebraska commit Megan Miller. So Sean, yesterday within the first 12 minutes of me walking in here, I saw 6. That's half of the Pac-12 head coaches. The coach representation here is just fantastic, and I know one of the real sort of centerpieces of this, it's something about this sport. It's just great how accessible and how interactive big time head coaches are. So just for a 14-year-old kid walking around, a parent walking around, they're just right here to talk to.
Normal human beings, this environment, they all get along. They get along with the club directors and coaches. It's great interaction. Volleyball is a sport, like some of the others I haven't seen, that is very connected socially with each other. It's really good.
Very relational athletes. We're very relational.
So speaking of college coaches, what's that, Sean?
That is a list of all the coaches that have signed in and said they were going to be here this year. So, and we had to add some at the bottom that we didn't have their logos for.
Well, you see, you had their logos there, and then you have them autographed. When they show up, they sign their name up there.
Yeah.
Pretty cool little wall.
Did we authenticate some of those?
A lot of them look like Sean Hardy's handwriting.
I know. It's like,
It'd be real
there were Korean in there. No, I was so impressed going through the list and just seeing the different coaches that have been represented and are showcasing here. It's just I think it's the best event in the country. So.
Service ace from Chandler Duff. Duff puts it down, and Legacy is doubling up on Munciana in set number 2. 6-3 now, Legacy on top. Sushi. She's going to Oregon. Matt Ulmer just signed a big deal after his interim year. Coach Ulmer at Oregon going to pick up Chandler Duff next year on his Dutch squad. And Chandler does it again. Dealing aces.
2 great serves, putting Muncie in a position where they can't inside out, not a system that really is disrupting their offense. And so they're having to make an adjustment right now, and they're switching to their 5-1 instead of their 6-2.
Chandler was warming up earlier today, looked over at me, and she's like, hey, Thad, what's going on? She couldn't have been more laid back and cool. And
You're
she's
so lovable.
She's just making friends out here, having a good old time. She's related through marriage to John Sally, who played in the NBA.
I remember him.
Yeah, John might want to go ahead and get on her train, maybe be her agent right now. She's on her way to some things. Timeout taken, and Munciana in some trouble. 8-3 now the count. Legacy on top and already leading 1-0. PrepVolleyball.com, your #1 destination for club, high school, and college volleyball news. Get weekly national club rankings by experts who actually see the teams play. Stay up to date with recruiting and commitments updates, including the college needs list. Check out comprehensive coverage of the top events across the country, including the nationwide unsigned showcase series. PrepVolleyball.com. Sean, we're moving to Kansas City next year, and what's your projection for the event as you continue to grow?
We don't want to grow too much more. We're kind of at capacity. I think 475 is the number we'll shoot for. We have a lot more Midwest teams from Minnesota, from Cleveland, from the Midwest that want to join. And so far, we've had a great pouring of response from all of California, saying they're going to continue on and continue to support the event, even with the move to Kansas City. So that'll add a lot.
The most important question, are you still going to have chips and water and snacks?
We will. We'll make sure we take care of the college coaches just as well.
Because I know those college coaches are wanting to know that for sure.
So about 475 teams-ish, and you told me earlier probably, what, 64 courts?
Yeah, 64 courts is all we can put in there, that convention center, which will get us to about 475. Like you mentioned, 436 this year.
So you have 60 courts here today, this weekend, inside Salt Palace Convention Center. I know every time we talk, I know you want to at least get a chance to mention all the hard work and all the sort of behind the scenes or the ground forces that you use to get this thing done. Talk about the process, the staff a little bit.
Well, from start to finish building this in the office, wow, right in our lap.
Way to catch that. Are you an athlete? He was Division I athlete right there.
That was scary.
But at Triple Crown, we have a
Division I
wonderful
announcer,
staff.
that is, right? Full ride scholarship.
Right.
Back to the more important staff than me.
We have a good staff and good even on-site staff here, people that come out and have help from our different divisions. We brought in 100 locals to help set up courts and tear down courts. So the local community stepped up and used this as a fundraiser for some of their athletic programs. From start to finish, there's nobody I can thank. I mean, I just have to thank everybody, including the communities and all the staff that we have available.
I know you had some club teams in the past who helped be part of that. Is that still happening?
Yeah, Club B sent over a lot of kids to come over and help set up and tear down courts. So I've been a great supporter while it's been here. Unfortunately, I'll be sad moving to Kansas City. I'll have to find another real dedicated club to help us there too.
Yeah, I always loved, Beth Lanier, who coaches at Utah, has been there for I think 31 years. Phenomenal, over 600 wins for Beth Lanier. It's local for her. She always gets to pop out here. And yeah, this host community has been great for 4 years now of this event after 1 year in Richmond.
Yeah.
And now you got a 5-year plan with Kansas City. Where are you going after that? Bahamas? Or?
Yeah, I know.
Cabo San Lucas. I've just been so impressed not only with their staff and the friendliness and the capability of them directing fans and players and parents, but we also talked earlier about the officiating has been fantastic, and that's hard to find in some tournaments these days. So I think just kudos to you all around. The excellence that you've basically created in this event has been really fun to be a part of.
Thank you. From start to finish, we try to work on all those little details.
Legacy gets an ace from Allen. She'll serve again now, 12-6, and this one's long, so ace followed by error. Hey, I noticed you brought back a couple of let's call them dinosaurs, or relics of the Triple Crown days. You got a couple of the classic staff members here. Anybody you want to mention? There's some of the old horses around here.
Yeah, we actually brought in Gene Plummer and Kent Oldham and Bill Pilcher, who were kind of founded Triple Crown with Dave King, the owner, back in the late 80s. So it's fun. They haven't been around the company a whole lot in the last 10 years. So it's fun to see them come back and see kind of what Triple Crown's doing now. Being volleyball's only 5 years old with our company.
Yeah, it looks a little different than the days when Bill was using an old lead pencil to chart out some brackets. This one into the net for Munciana. Attack error will put another point up for Legacy, and they keep that double-up score. They've got 14-7 on the board. Legacy, if they win this set, they win the championship. We have not seen a third set yet today in the 14s or the 16s in our ESPN3 championships. Legacy trying to make it clean sweeps in all 3 H categories. on our championship court.
What Munciana is doing really well is your middles. Their middles are being really effective right now. Legacy's goal was to slow down both setter right sides of Melanie Schaffmaster and Johnny Parker, and they're doing that so far. So the middles need to take a little bit more responsibility offensively.
There's an important point. Now they need some serves out of Schaffmaster, the sophomore.
Great block again there by Johnny Parker, and look at that nice little fist bump, like, let's go! They want this, they're gonna keep fighting.
Kylie Murr, who's the libero wearing #1 for Munciana, and the server there, Melanie Schaffmaster, told me about 15 times, make sure to say that we're best friends. Tell her we're best friends.
Don't forget.
So I gotta say it, I don't know why it's very important to him. I said, I'm willing to say it if you'll let me become one of the group. If I can be the third BFF.
You're the three amigos, huh?
They let me in.
Are you
they said I'm part of the crowd. I'm Steve Martin's.
You're Steve Martin's
character, whatever
he was. Okay.
Kylie Murr and Melanie Schaffmaster making some great relationships. They're one class apart. Kylie a junior and Melanie a sophomore. And that's one of the great things. I know your daughter Alexa went through the whole system, played college volleyball. You got twins now coming up through it. You know, we've taken a lot of shots at this giant convention center, and there's this big machine and college coaches. But in the end, this is about young people making great memories and developing as people.
Yeah, I think that whole process, again, this volleyball community, the friends and the people after you're done playing that still stay connected, even grab a ball and go play out in the grass or in the sand, is unbelievable. My daughter still plays in adult leagues and does that, so it continues on.
What we love to see too is like for instance, Catherine Plummer. We saw her here when she was just 14, and so now she's Player of the Year the entire, United States of America, and we showcased her here on TV first. So how fun is it for your daughters to kind of watch these players, thinking, one day, I might be able to be on TV, or one day we can meet these players, or.
Yeah, unfortunately, my daughters really love to watch them. They're not going to be this tall and this athletic, I don't think. They got some of my genes, so we might be stretching it there. But they love the sport. They play for fun. Like you said, it's not to win anything. And then in the end, hopefully they can go to school and also be able to play as long as they can.
That's awesome.
If I can help them do that, and that's what they want to continue to do, it'll be very successful.
So if their volleyball, if we're talking about your genetics and your DNA, if their volleyball team ever needs somebody to hit a rocket double to the gap, swinging the bat, you could probably give them that, right?
Yeah, now that part of it,
I've seen you
I have
swing
no
it.
idea what that means. That's not the
We're talking baseball now.
Is that synchronized swimming? What's going on?
Hey, I know you got great food here. Is another great feature of this event at the Salt Palace Convention Center. And I know among the many duties of the director, Sean Hardy, you were running the churro stand earlier, making the churros. I know you got to get back to churro making. We're going to let you jump back to your job. But thanks for coming by, and congratulations on a great event.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate having me on.
That's Sean Hardy, Director of Triple Crown Volleyball.
The master.
And we continue in our second set with Legacy up by 5. Swing for Munciana from Johnny Parker, and a whistle and a point to Munciana. And we got another rotation issue here. Coming through for Munciana to the serve line is Megan Miller. Saw a great dig, nice lunging effort from Bella Rosenthal. Munciana getting what they need here. They got to build some points, and they put another one on the board, getting to 13 now, down 16-13. Legacy still with the lead. Here's the server you'd love to have at the line for a little while.
Absolutely, Megan Miller.
Legacy sets up offense. Off speed is pushed up. Tough angle for Bonnie Bostic. Joust. Parker wanted to lift. She's going to set now, and timing was off. Net contact by Legacy, and Munciana back within 2.
That was some massive battling at the net. I wish we had some still photos of that. It was incredible. Unfortunately, Legacy's forearm was in the net, and that's what caused the violation.
For Munciana, Johnny Parker leads in kills with 6. 4 for Soleil Thomas. Celia Cullen has 5 and 11 assists for Cullen. Wow, Munciana finding their groove now with Bonnie Bostic on the outside, right down the line.
This is where Legacy probably wants to think about a timeout here and slow the momentum, because Megan Miller is on a run right now, and they are a team of momentum. If they get a few points, they're going to get a lot more confidence.
Miller, low angle serve, block is up. on the swing from Aubriana Cannon. Munciana rocking now, and Johnny Parker is pumped up. Timeout, Legacy.
Johnny Parker, I just love watching this young woman play. She's got a bright future, great block, moved her hands to finish that block and really get that momentum continuing for her team.
Johnny's been in on 3 blocks. She's got 6 kills, 5 assists. Mixing it up nicely, Johnny Parker. You know, as Mike Lingenfelter talks to his Munciana Samurai huddle, honestly,
yes,
love both these programs. Have enjoyed working with both of them. Not rooting for anybody. I know if you're a fan of Munciana, of course you want to see 3. If you're with Legacy, you want it over now. Yes. I want to see 3 because this is a titanic battle. This is great stuff. U.S. Club Rankings. Ranking system for volleyball. This event features 17 of the top 25 clubs in the nation, 9 of the top 10 ranked clubs. And the 2017 TCNIT Best Performing Club was Texas Advantage, TAV. Haven't seen them here. They're a fixture at this event, though. They are not in any of our televised matches. Well, they're going to try to let that ball go out, and it caught the leg of one of their backliners, Maddie Appleton. And so that shots another point up for Munciana.
Exactly what you want coming out of a timeout for Munciana. Exactly what you don't want coming out of a timeout for Legacy.
Give it to Chandler Duff. She's dug nicely by Melanie Schaffmaster. Running up is Bostic, pushing it across. Legacy attack to the floor, and that one is Maria Mallon.
Legacy's offense is actually really quick, and unfortunately, Munciana's middle blocker wasn't able to get there to close the block, creating a hole for number 5, Maria Mallon.
4 kills for Mallon. Duff served well earlier. This time she's handled by Miller. Kylie Murr, the libero, put that up. Bostic recovers her own blocked swing, and Parker pounds it off of a Legacy block.
She is, man, she gives her heart and soul to this game. You can just see the determination. I could see her in the huddle with the girls, inspiring. She is really the heart and soul, and it's just really fun to see her leadership on the court.
Enjoys her time with family and friends with Johnny Parker, one of her hobbies, she said. Right now, she's entertaining her family and friends with phenomenal play in the 18s championship. Legacy earns the point and gets it back to even, 18-18. Legacy had a big lead in this set.
Yes.
They were up, doubled up 14-7 at one point. It's been an 11-4 run since then for Munciana.
Starting with the serving of Megan Miller, for sure. That was the big run she had.
Serve is long. Error puts Munciana back on top as we churn our way to the 20s now. The tension building. Will Legacy clinch the championship in this set, or can Munciana force a scramble to 15 points in set 3? Big energy from Legacy as Lauren Wenzel comes through.
Great offensive choice. They ran a slide, which is a 1-foot approach behind the setter to mix up the offense. Proved to be successful for Legacy side out.
Important point earned by Wenzel. Double contact, ball handling error in Legacy after watching a huge run by Munciana. Withstanding that, they get the lead back at 2019.
When you get to 20, you can almost taste that championship knowing you're just 5 points away from winning the entire tournament.
Parker, tight set, gets it to the arm of Aaliyah Wells. Wells is fun to watch. She's got athleticism and force.
Absolutely, not to mention jumping really high.
That also.
So, that's
simply
helpful.
put.
Yes.
Hops, as they say.
Hops, hops.
Float serve from Bella Rosenthal. Legacy from Malinowski. She's handled. Munciana's Schaffmaster tried it. Tough dig. Nice work by Bella Rosenthal. Deep ball now into the bleachers.
Into the bleachers.
Parker. Boom from Aaliyah Wells.
What a rally. That was incredible. And what a strategy by Munciana. They actually had Megan Miller starting off at middle blocker off server seat, allowing Aaliyah Wells to hit outside. But wow, look at this dig and then the ability to put that ball away from there.
Bella Rosenthal had that dig. She had to serve, and she's going to earn a point on her serve. And Munciana up by 2 now in the 20s.
See maybe Abby setting out Abby on the outside for a side out here. And instead they go to their high flying number 2, Soleil Thomas. She has been really, really effective this match, and I would go to her too.
5 kills for Soleil Thomas. By the way, Bella Rosenthal, number 6 for Munciana, she said her cousin is James Dean.
Wow.
The old classic.
My cousins
actor.
are really cool, but I mean.
Not quite
they're
that.
awesome.
Not Jimmy Dean, Martin Tull, producer director. He's hungry for sausage. He thinks Jimmy Dean, sausage guy. No. The loner, not a rebel. No, the rebel, not a loner. No, James Dean. That
there
guy.
you go, that guy.
He's a loner and a rebel, actually. 22-22, we got deuces on the board now in set number 2. Munciana takes the timeout as Legacy pushes their way back to a tie. Hey, this past college volleyball season, the National Invitational Volleyball Championship was powered by Triple Crown Volleyball. It returned to the NCAA D1 scene. Angela and I were at Ole Miss in Oxford to see Ole Miss sweep Texas Tech for the NIVC Championship. This NIT concept returns in 2018 and will feature talented, deserving programs who have a legitimate reason to get into the postseason. If they don't make the field of 64, they will compete for that NIVC trophy. Visit womensnivc.com. A great return to the college volleyball scene, the NIVC.
So much fun. What a match that was, and I'm excited they brought that back because it creates such a great event for other college teams in the state.
Those first 64 teams going to the NCAA tournament, and then there was 32 teams this year. Schools host each round, including the championship, and Ole Miss got the host, and they got the win this year in the NIVC. Aaliyah Wells tried to slam it down. Instead, it comes back. Soleil Thomas goes to work, and water falls down the block of the Munciana side.
Soleil is sure doing a great job right now, finding every inch around that block. Inside the blocks, they weren't necessarily formed. Munciana has a difficult time in rotation-wise here. They're probably going to have to look to set their right side in order to slide out of this.
6th kill for Soleil Thomas. Can Munciana answer? Miller. And that's going to get to the floor. What a big point.
Just kidding. They set the libero slash outside hitter.
Big point for Munciana. You don't want to go down 24-22, and they make it 23-all by gritting their way to a point. You talked about the grit. That was a grinder point. Now Schaffmaster, tough serve.
What a save.
Munciana chance to get to set point. Another chance. Parker. Legacy answers. Parker, Schaffmaster, Wells. Right there is Celia Cullen. Tipped by Duff. Middle, slam it down. Nope, another diving effort by Maurer. Shoved our rolling chair camera operator a little ways. Parker swings big. Wells to the other side.
Wow.
Epic point on 23-23. Parker ends it. And Munciana has set point.
Are we in a championship game? That to me is the make of a team, both showing heart and desire to really, really win this match. Rallies back and forth non-stop, and then who, of course, is the kill at the end? Johnny Parker.
Well, what confidence, too. She went big time down the line, didn't think twice about it.
And
coming back at you hot is Soleil Thomas, and we're going extra points in set 2.
Soleil has just been unstoppable across the front row right now. Unfortunately, she's heading out, so hopefully someone from Legacy will pick up where she left off, but what a performance.
Soleil, her name means sun in French. She heads to the sideline after that big point. Set the middle for Parker. That's, unstoppable is not really a thing, but I don't know, that might have been unstoppable.
Unstoppable. She almost had a triple block, and she found the 1 inch that was still available for her to hit. Great vision, great range of offense.
Emotional leader, Johnny Parker. She has carried numerous points for Munciana. What a treat for Mike Lingenfelter to coach.
Russ Rose is going to be really, really lucky to have her next
Here's
season.
a chance for Munciana to close set 2.
And who does
Off the block, it's Parker tooling the block,
Parker.
sailing out, and Munciana, after trailing 14-7 in the second set, facing elimination. They battle it out, and we're going the distance, all 3 sets in the championship of the 18s.
You got your wish, didn't you? You wanted this game to go 3, and here we go. Great athletes playing at the peak of their game. Of course, Parker finds the outside shoulder to push this to a 3-game match. Double digits now. Johnny Parker has 10 kills in 2 sets, almost a double-double. She has 10 kills and 8 assists. Johnny Parker leading the charge for Munciana. We're going to 3.
Craftsmanship that honors your passion, hard work, and talent in every way. You can feel it in every panel. every element. Every cut. Handmade for this very moment. For all that you put into the game, you should expect nothing less than perfection.
Two sets played. Legacy got the first in a +7. Munciana needed extra points to flip the momentum, 26-24. But this is anybody's match now. Best of 3. We're playing to 15 points. Teams will change sides after the first team gets to 8. And these are always, I feel like turbo runs right here. It's a scramble to the finish. Johnny Parker carries Munciana. Again, 10 kills, 8 assists. Almost a double-double in the first 2 sets.
Really the difference. Johnny Parker just emotionally catalyzed her team to that win and willed them to win, not only offensively, but as a quarterback and being a setter from the service line. Legacy had a little bit of trouble service-receive early in that second game, and that's what kind of caused them to lose their lead, but we are in for a treat in that third game.
Melanie Schaffmaster has 12 assists to lead Munciana. Parker's 10 kills. Aaliyah Wells has 5. Parker in on 3 blocks in this match. For Legacy, Soleil Thomas has 7 kills, 6 for Abby Malinowski, 5 each for Celia Cullen and Maria Mallon. Great distribution of weapons for Legacy.
Great job by their setter.
They have 17 assists from Celia Cullen, along with her 5 kills. 8 digs by Hannah Grant. Chandler Duff has been involved in 4 blocks. 3 aces for Legacy, 1 ace for Munciana. Some stats from the first 2 sets, thanks to Brady King, our phenomenal statistics manager, running the numbers for us today. Andy Hansen over there, he's our stats caller today. He's
way to go, Andy.
He's a classic grunt worker. He's your 6th man off the bench. Just bring him in for whatever we need. Kyle Okoso, big right there. Kyle on the headset over there, big time in it. He's telling people when to play and when not to play. Andy Hansen in the middle. And Brady King, probably going to take over my chair in about 3 years once she gets her way into her hopeful master's degree at Arizona State. Angela Knopf next to me. I'm Thad Anderson. Thanks to Niles Media for providing the production facilities. Martin Tarr, our producer director, our entire crew today. Thanks for your hard work yesterday and today to bring us this Triple Crown Volleyball NIT.
Here we go, starting off the third game, setting Johnny Parker again. She gets the kill for that side out.
So each team takes a point to start off this run to 15 points, and the server Aaliyah Wells surveys and serves. Ooh, that's got some smoke on it from Maria Mallon.
Good thing they were able to get their hands above to protect their face, because that was a liner right going to her forehead. Luckily, she got her hands up in time to protect her face. Good job by Schaffmaster.
There's some 5-on-5 violence. Both number 5s involved in that replay. Your number was 5.
Yes.
There's a miss hit by Johnny Parker, and Legacy out to a 3-1 lead. Maria Mallon, who had that smoking hot kill a moment ago, again going to Cincinnati. She's going to be graduating high school this spring, as most of these players will. They finish up their high school careers. Run down for Legacy. Duff and Thomas collide. They're both back up. And with 2 players crumbled in the corner, Legacy takes the point. Short-handed.
Yeah, I think they were trying to force the middle on that. I don't think number 4, Molly Hunt, was quite ready for that set, but great idea. Next time, I'm sure it'll be more effective.
Chandler Duff serves it. Ball picked up by Kylie Murr for Munciana. There's a touch on the Legacy side, and Munciana, that was important. They were down 4-1. You don't want to get in any kind of a 3 or 4 point or more deficit in this 15 run.
Absolutely. And if you just saw Johnny Parker getting that last kill, she had a triple block and still found a way, using those high hands, to still get a kill.
Mallon is dug by Schaffmaster. Off the hands, Bonnie Bostic gets the job done for Munciana. They creep back within 1. Miller serving. Net contact on the way up.
Yeah, number 4, Holly Hunt. I think as she was actually going to make her blocking move, I think she got caught in the net a little bit. Not even during the act of blocking, but on their way to attempt the block. That's a tough one.
While the ball was still being played on the other side, being set up. Bonnie Bostic gets a swing. Dig from Murr from Munciana. Parker off the block. That goes out.
We call that a tool, and it is the most effective offensive weapon that you can do because it hits the blocker's hands and goes out of bounds. On your side, there's nothing that Legacy can do defensively after it goes out of bounds.
Will she be wearing national championship paraphernalia at Penn State? Johnny Parker, she's got that look to her. She serves long there. The error makes it 6-4 Legacy, and there's a performer who's been fantastic today for Legacy, Maria Mallon. 6 kills, couple of digs, assist, block, ace. Serving here, tough serve. Punched up by Molly Hunt. Dug by Mallon. Ping pong it, Miller sends it over. Malinowski blocked. Samurai at the net, and we've got net contact again.
Great rally again in the 3rd game. They're giving everything they can. Unfortunately, they had a net violation, which then causes the timeout for Munciana.
Well, you switch sides at the 8th point for whoever gets to the 8th point first, but Mike Lingenfelter didn't want to wait. He's down 7-4 now. He takes his timeout.
Every point of a game of 15, it goes quickly. You want to protect those points.
Rick Cottrell in the middle of that Legacy huddle. There's Mike Lingenfelter heading up his. At the Legacy side, I mentioned before, Rick Cottrell and his wife handle the team. Right there in the middle is Jen Cottrell, the wife of Rick Cottrell, and they work together. Kind of a cool way to spend your time. You know, the sport like this, coaching, playing, you know, officiating, you're on the road, you're not around each other all the time, so let's just coach together. Let's go do this thing together. And accommodations to the Cottrells, Jen and Rick, on what they've built with Legacy.
You have to love the game of volleyball to be in a gym all day, all night, weekend after weekend after weekend. So to have someone that shares your passion is just so exciting that you guys can impact young girls for a lifetime.
Off the block, big swing from Schaffmaster, earns the point for Munciana. Again, a good timeout for Mike Lingenfelter. He gets a nice clean offensive run and a point as Mallon implores her Legacy teammates to get to that 8th point, switch the sides. Chet Sadowski and John Caligar are the assistant coaches for Legacy. All of them doing great work with this Legacy club out of Michigan. Nice angle, great spot from Aaliyah Wells. Man, how athletic is Aaliyah Wells?
Oh, she's phenomenal, and Munciana was pretty excited that she just rotated to the front row because she's been really effective. Again, in transition, they go to the middles, and they are successful time and time again.
Aaliyah heading to Alabama. She'd like to be an ESPN announcer or interviewer later in her life.
Our jobs are...
we'd gladly welcome her into the fold. Legacy gets that 8th point. But Munciana got a couple of important points before they yielded the 8th point. It's 8-6 at the turn here with Legacy in the lead in the definitive 3rd set, with Munciana resetting on the new side of the court. So Aaliyah Wells is talking about her. Bubba Wells played in the NBA, her dad. She's a shot putter also, is Aaliyah Wells. Heading to Alabama, SEC territory. Aaliyah out of Memphis, Tennessee. Yet another of the dynamic personalities in this championship match. Jen Cottrell and Mike Lingenfelter had a couple of moments to hang out on the turn there as we now play in the 2nd half of set 3. Big swing and a big kill from Bonnie Bostic.
That's one thing I really like about the volleyball community is coaches, for the most part, they're really friendly and really kind, and they don't have these giant, there's a few that have giant egos, but for the most part, especially with Mike, he's just a great man, and he, you know, gets it with these girls, and talks about them having the experience and being better people, and I appreciate coaches that do that for young women.
Out goes Duff, and that's going to go out of bounds, and Munciana forges an 8-8 tie. I mentioned Bonnie Bostic a moment ago. She's from Carmel, Indiana, suburban Indianapolis. I just noticed this on her bio information. She says her uncle played in the NFL, Rex Grossman. I actually saw Rex play as a sophomore in high school in Bloomington, Indiana. I was doing radio, doing high school football. He was the quarterback at Bloomington South.
Wow.
Went on to quarterback at Florida, had a great college career at Florida, and then played for, among others, the Chicago Bears in the NFL. Rex Grossman, the uncle of Bonnie Bostic. Our officials keeping this thing under control. Great work by the entire officiating crew here in Salt Lake City. We appreciate the good work of the officials throughout the Triple Crown Volleyball NIT. Bonnie Bostic said she wants to be a dermatologist, and she wrote, the unique thing about her, my skin is pretty much transparent.
Maybe that's why she wants to be a dermatologist.
Go solve some issues for some people.
Exactly, she understands.
Well, a snowy day in Salt Lake City, so it does, I guess you still have to worry about sun exposure
that's
there.
True.
Bonnie having a nice championship match out of Carmel, Indiana. Parents Amy and Brad, proud of the oldest of their 3 kids. Ella, her sister, also plays for Munciana, a 14-year-old. And Mike Lingenfelter has his group on the side with a timeout, 9-9. Munciana grinding here. They were down in set 2 big. They come back to force a 3rd set.
Yep.
They were down here 7-3 at one point in this 3rd set. Now they've got it even 9-9. It's that grit that you talked about.
It is that grit that they just never give up. And this game is a game of momentum. And in a 3rd game, you don't have much time, and so it's really point for point is so crucial, and really digging in deep and finding those plays that make the difference is what's going to be ultimately who decides who's winning this championship.
That sweatshirt there says Munciana Lorax. I didn't look. Is that one of their younger team's names, Lorax?
I don't know.
They have the Samurai.
The Lorax? I don't know. There's a bunch of Munciana family wearing some swag, representing.
Yeah, from the heartland, the Midwest in Muncie,
my mom,
Indiana.
when you would watch my mom, she would be Where's Waldo? She'd be walking around the court in her little volleyball outfit and praying for all of us, and it was so fun. I'd see her from one corner to one corner. I know how nervous she was, and it's so fun to see the parents support and love, just like I had from my parents, and it's fun to see them all travel with their girls.
Legacy out of the Sterling Heights area in Michigan. This ball is going to be played by Thomas. Nobody able to capitalize on a ball at the net. So on we play, and this big point, and Munciana gets to double digits first, up 10-9.
Again, using Aaliyah Wells. She has been pretty much the most effective threat offensively they've had in the last couple of rallies when she's been across the front row, especially in transition. They're utilizing her very wisely.
Deep is Mallon, and she got a touch at the net, and that point to Legacy makes it 10-10 as we play to 15 points or maybe beyond. Got to win by 2.
10-10 a game to 15. This is when your heart's racing, you're battling out there, and this is like when you know you're alive in volleyball and you know how much you love it, because the tension's high, the pressures are high, and you just love competing at the highest level. You don't want any different.
Munciana attacking. Whistle, and here's net contact. So we saw Munciana with a couple of unfortunate net contacts, and now Legacy gives one away.
It's those blockers that are so eager to stop those hitters that sometimes they just reach a little too tight and have those net violations.
Aaliyah Wells will serve. Push it outside to Mallon.
Wow.
Man, she's got some
that Snickers is starting to kick in.
Some oomph.
That Snickers bar you gave her starting to give that extra energy in that 3rd game. What a great set also to create that hole in the block, and she took advantage of it and was saying, let's go. She wants this championship.
8 kills for Maria Mallon, 5 digs. Mallon, no lack of energy, passion on the volleyball court. Serve for Legacy from Aubriana Cannon. Good work to the floor by Malinowski. Through the block for Munciana, Johnny Parker.
Again, Parker coming up big when they need her the most. They know how to find her, and she's able to be successful using that outside hand of Maria Mallon's to get that kill.
A no-doubter of a double-double for Johnny Parker. She has 15 kills and 11 assists. Double-double effort statistically for Parker. Hey, look at right behind the server.
Oh, it's John Cook. Hi, John Cook, defending
Nebraska
national champion.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Salt Palace Convention
I don't know why
Center.
you'd want to watch this, especially, you know, this kind of athlete.
He's got one of his players,
That's
Megan
true.
Miller, out here right in front of him.
Playing outside.
Whistle, and into the net went Munciana again. Yeah, there's Coach Cook, got the national title fresh again in Lincoln, and he's got a commitment coming to him in the fall named Megan Miller, who's playing back defense right now in front of his seated position. She'll receive this serve.
That championship run with Nebraska was so fun to watch this last season, and wow, I mean, the athletes, the competitiveness that they display is just inspiring.
12-12, big point here. Parker pounds it off the block, and Johnny with her 16th kill.
She's really taken advantage of number 5, Maria Mellon. Unfortunately, Maria is not as tall and able to really get a lot of her hands around that ball, and Parker is taking those arms and those hands and using it.
It's funny, John Cook watching this one match, he's got to be thrilled. He's got Megan Miller out there. I can't wait to get her on campus, but he's also going, oh man, Russ at Penn State has this Johnny Parker coming. Yeah, we're going to have to deal with that for the next 4 years.
It's LeBron James and LeBron James and LeBron James now. I mean, there are just so many athletes that are just like, wow, she's amazing, she's amazing, she's amazing. And so it's just incredible to me to watch these girls, how they've grown.
In Salt Lake City, we're wrapping up the Triple Crown Volleyball NIT for the last time, at least for the next 5 years. This event will be on the move next year, heading to Kansas City at the Kansas City Convention Center. A 5-year deal in KC to host the Triple Crown Volleyball NIT. Projected to be just under 500 teams, as Sean Hardy told us, on 64 courts. 2019, check out triplecrownvolleyball.com or triplecrownsports.com to get yourself dialed in for next February in Kansas City. You don't want to wait. Get part of it now. Legacy, big point. We're tied at 13. So can somebody win 2 in a row, or will we go extra points?
Who else do you have with number 5? Their spark plug who needed that side out, and she delivered.
Nearing double digits now, 9 kills for Mallon. Out it goes, blocked by Legacy. Schaffmaster had the swing. What a great recovery.
A crazy play. It's the most frustrating thing. You make the most incredible block. They somehow dig it, lands on your side. Those are tough.
Match point for Munciana. Samurai, the champions of the 18 Elite Division at the Triple Crown Volleyball NIT in 2018.
What a comeback. Great job, both teams, giving it their heart, their soul. That's the kind of game you want to watch in a championship game.
A6 Munciana Samurai of Indiana, Legacy Volleyball Club of Michigan. Legacy, big win in set number 1, 25-18, a dominating first set. A 14-7 lead in set 2 for Legacy, and Munciana gritted their way back, chipped away extra points to win set 2, and it is a thriller of a third set, 15-13, the final count on match point. Here's how it looked.
Amazing, amazing game. So fun to watch these girls give it everything they can. Unfortunately, that shot wasn't necessarily as best as it could have been and led to the win for Munciana.
For Legacy, they had 9 kills from Maria Mallon. They had 20 assists from Celia Cullen, 9 digs from Hannah Grant. For Munciana, it's 16 kills for Johnny Parker, a double-double, also 11 assists. 8 kills for Aaliyah Wells, also 16 assists for Melanie Schaffmaster. Bella Rosenthal, 5 digs. Great statistical distribution for Munciana. We see the Samurai win here. We saw OTVA of Florida win the 16s. We saw Arizona Storm win the 14s. 3 different states are champions in this. We have Indiana, we have Florida, and we have Arizona as titleists at the Triple Crown Volleyball NIT in 2018. Thad Anderson, Angela Knopf, our final thoughts from the Salt Palace Convention Center. We saw a lot yesterday. We spent a lot of time with teams. Saw a bunch of great volleyball today. Every year, I know when we're flying home, we kind of decompress. We sort of debrief this thing. What are your immediate reactions to this year in Salt Lake?
I'm just so impressed. I mean, these games get more and more competitive each year that goes by, and the event keeps growing, and the buzz is higher, and it's just a great event to be a part of. And I just wish I could have played it myself back in the day if it would have existed. But just excited to see the levels progress from 14s to 16s to 18s, and just great kids on the court watching.
That was a live look at current action in the Salt Palace Convention Center. So you saw still massive amounts of volleyball being played as the Samurai sit and reflect on a championship run in Salt Lake City. Congratulations to Legacy Volleyball Club of Michigan, a fantastic run in the 18s. It's the Samurai of Munciana, A6 Munciana, the champions in the 18s. For Martin Tarr, our producer-director, our entire crew, thanks to Niles Media, our production facilities. Ansel and off, I'm Thad Anderson. Triple Crown Sports has presented this, the Triple Crown Volleyball NIT in association with ESPN, the champions in the 18s, A6 Munciana Samurai. So long from Salt Lake City.